Concerning the minhagim that we do by the Seder, so we all know that any minig that the Rebbe writes is a minig beis harav, a minig with the Rebbe's household, we do it. Like the Rebbe actually said in the Farbringen of Shabbos Parsha Vayishlach Tovshin Yudalet, that wherever it says minig beis harav, it applies to everybody. And actually part of that sicha was also printed in as Agdoma to Sefer HaMinhagim and Lekutei Sichos, etc., etc. This also included minig that the Rebbe writes in the Haggadah, that beveis harav mesadir namatzes al mappa v'lei al kairo. That in the Rebbe's house, they put on the matzahs, the 3 matzahs, on a cloth and not on a plate. Milvado admur ha-mesader ha-matzahs al tashel kesef. Besides the Rebbe himself, who puts the matzahs on a silver tray. And since it says that this is the minig beis harav, that we do not put it on a plate, so that's how we always kept. Actually, Tovshin Chov Hei, the second night of Pesach by the Seder, Rashag asked the Rebbe, but concerning this, if this minig beis harav, also this minig concerning not putting the matzahs on a plate, but on the table itself, obviously, is that a hero l'rabim? Is that a hero for everybody? And the Rebbe smiled. He says, as you want. I didn't hear anything about it, but I just wrote the way the minig is here. But then Rashag asked the Rebbe, so what does the Rebbe think, that this is a hero for everybody or not? And the Rebbe shook his head as if this is a hero for everybody. So that's how it was. It was always known that in Chabad, besides the Rebbe who puts the matzahs on a silver tray, we do not put the matzahs, the 3 matzahs, on a plate. But then in the end of Tovshin Chavov, when the Sefer HaMinhagim came out, and Rabbi Groner took all the minhagim that the Rebbe writes in the Haggadah, and he put them together as minhagim, and he put it in the Sefer HaMinhagim, and he gave it into the Rebbe to be Magia. He was Magia, the whole Sefer HaMinhagim. So here to this, the Rebbe added something new that made everything change. The Rebbe added a ha'ara, and he said like this, Ulai rak al shulchan ha'admur yesh lases kein. Maybe this that we do not put the matzahs on the plate is only by the table actually where the Rebbe is sitting. But the other places, sorich li es kairo. You actually should have a plate under the matzahs. Kivin shehi bekisvei Arizal, because this is, like it says in Kisvei Arizal, Pchinas Malchus HaKileles Chulu. This is Malchus that contains everything. And the Rebbe writes in Maramokim, Lukim Amid Barabba Pasha Yud Gimel Yud Daled, Kairo Keneged Hayam. It says the Kairo represents the Yam, and he quotes also from Eir Eir Marechas Kairo. So there's a spiritual, Kabbalistic reason why we should have a plate. And comes out that we have the Eser Spheres. We have the top, we have the 3 matzahs are Keneged Chabad, and then we have the 6, which is the 6 things on the Kairo, which is Keneged the 6 Spheres, and then the plate is Malchus. But from then on, when the Rebbe wrote this, things changed. From then on, we also have a plate under the matzahs. But till this came out, including what the Rebbe said, Tovshin Chav Hei, that it seemed that the Rebbe was masking that we should not have a plate. The Rebbe writes here that this is only by the table where the Rebbe sits. But otherwise, you should have a plate under the 3 matzahs, and this is exactly what we do.